All right. So last thing, if you've been following a lot of our other stuff here, you'll know that we've been talking about the poker side of NFTs, but we're going to kind of go off onto a little different side of things of getting more into the NFT world. So every month we're going to talk a little more about this. We've been going deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. So Brian's going to talk a little more about our NFT adventures.
Yeah, so I guess what we're gonna call it is just like the NFT of the month. I guess we could say. So since Anthony and I kind of got into the WPT Theta NFTs, we kind of talked about how we made a decent amount of money on our investment into those. So we've kind of broadened our horizons. We've been following a lot of different people on Twitter and social media that kind of are really well versed in the NFT world. So we were kind of wondering what we could kind of dip our toes into after the WPT. And opportunity presented itself with Draft Kings. They actually came out with their own NFT marketplace, and they did a drop. I'd say a couple weeks ago now, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
It started with Tom Brady. So me and Brian's right now philosophy, and please listen, if you're watching this video, we're still learning. We're watching YouTube videos just like you're watching this. We're reading a lot of stuff on Twitter. I know me and Matt were having a whole conversation about NFTs on the way down, some of the different marketplaces and things that are opening up.
Yeah, I know very little.
So we're all kind of like indulging ourselves, and I'm trying to get as much information and learn. So please, if you got some links or something, drop them in comments. We'll watch them and kind of get more in there. But right now our philosophy is kind of like we want to get into these markets first.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't want to be the guy there 7 months later when everybody's there. We're trying to get in, make our money, flip, invest, get into other stuff, and grow. And that's kind of me and Brian's game plan right now. So the DraftKings thing presented itself. We got in. Tom Brady was the first one. There's been, well, by the time you hear us, might be a lot more, but there's probably about 4 or 5 drops to this point.
Yep. So with the marketplace, what they did was they teamed up with, actually, it's like a co-founded company that Tom Brady's the co-founder of, called Autograph. And that's pretty much who DraftKings is running their NFTs through. And they picked up some pretty high name sports figures in various genres, I guess you could say. So Brady represented the NFL. They had a Wayne Gretzky drop for the NHL. They had Naomi
Is Osaka? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
Something from tennis.
She's a phenomenal,
she's like a phenom in tennis.
Yeah.
Up and coming. Osaka, I think her last name is. And then they just recently did Simone Biles, and I think they have on tap is Derek Jeter and tentatively Tiger Woods.
And I've also heard Tony Hawk too, as a rumor too.
Yep. So with this, I mean, it's pretty simple on how to get into it, and the beauty of it is you buy it with US dollars and the money is in US dollars. Now I know that a lot of the other NFTs, it's a transfer of US dollars to either Ethereum or, like in the WPT's case, the Theta. So like it's a conversion rate. It doesn't transfer in US dollars. Now, you know, DraftKings, they do take their piece if you wind up selling.
Yeah, it's like 15%.
If you wind up selling one of your NFTs that you're lucky enough to grab. So they have various price points. And obviously the price point determines the rarity. So it starts at $12 and then it caps at $1,500. And then each one has a different edition number. So for the $12, there's X of 5,000. And then if you're lucky enough to get a $1,500 one, it's X of 12. And
yes.
This is how they've been running it throughout the whole.
The top rate tier is the 1 of 12 drop. Mm-hmm. And they've been dropping them on 2 different days every week. So it's either been Tuesday and Fridays or Tuesdays and Thursdays for the most part. And they're dropping the low-end stuff on Tuesday, the high-end stuff on Thursday or Friday.
Yep.
And they've been doing this every week. So if you don't know this, you can just log into any DraftKings. Now, you don't have to be in the state of New Jersey or Pennsylvania.
You have to be in the United States.
You just have to be
in
Canada.
Yeah. U.S. or Canada.
You have to be in one of those countries, and you can log in, and you load your DraftKings, well, like he said, U.S. dollars, and then you go to the marketplace, and you can get in, and you have to drop in 30 minutes before the drop-in opens.
Yep.
And then you're chosen randomly, right?
Yes, it's a random selection. So it doesn't matter how fast you get into the drop. You could get in 5 minutes before. When the queue ends, they give you a random spot in line. And like I said, Anthony and I were lucky enough to get in and actually get some of these drops. We got, 3 of the Tom Brady's.
Mm-hmm.
and then
We got,
one of the
goat.
two of the Gretzky's.
Yeah, the Tom Brady goat.
We got two of the Gretzky's, and we were able to secure one of the Simone Biles. And we, like we said with Theta, we're looking for the short-term flip over. We're not looking for the long-term hold. So we real quick relisted it, sold it, and we made a pretty reasonable profit. Probably about maybe 6x on our investment.
Probably, yeah, about 6x about what we put in. So it's been pretty good. And here's the thing, which I love about it is like it doesn't cost you anything unless you get it. Like you don't have to pay anything to get in. It's just straight up.
Nope.
But dude, it's a genius idea by DraftKings because the money sits in your DraftKings account. So like the big dogs, the highest one's a $1,500 one if you can get it. So we've been trying to get it. We have not got one. Believe me, if we get one, we will be sharing it on here. We'll share the drop. But
now, just quick question.
yeah,
You get a big dog.
yeah.
What do you do with it?
Where
do you sell it?
So you sell it right there.
In DraftKings.
In
Yeah,
DraftKings.
they have their own marketplace
And
that you
it's
can
like
buy.
an auction?
No, so that's kind of what I wanted to get into. So now it's you set a buy it price, and then that's what they purchase it for. But in the future, they have it. They're going to be doing auctions. They're actually I received like a survey from them the other day, and they asked a bunch of questions about features that we would like want to see, and some of them were like people would be able to look at your portfolio and actually offer you money for the things that you have. I don't know if that's going to happen, but they're saying that eventually you'll be able to actually take your NFTs in DraftKings and sell them in other markets like OpenSea or some of the other platforms that are out there. And again, if you have one of these NFTs, like for example, with this first drop for Brady and all these other players or former players, whatever, it comes with special perks.
Yeah.
So it says owning a preseason access pass, which is what we were able to secure. You have preferential access to a future autograph drop. So now that we own one of these, it'll then be X of however many owners there are to be a part of a future drop where
It's exclusive.
it's exclusive.
Gotcha.
So like we retained some of what we purchased. We didn't like sell everything because again, we want to see what those features are because that's going to be worth even more on the market than something that's available for everyone. It's only going to be available for say the 5,000 that have a card or the 500 in this particular realm.
And I think there's also a special Discord group that you got into as well.
If you don't know what Discord is, it's like an online chat room where you can have like
a private server,
private
basically.
server.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a private 24/7 chat room that you can be a part of if you have one of these exclusive entities. So that's the other thing. It's like if you're ultra in the nerd universe like we are, it gets you into that nerd realms of those NFTs into that spot.
I mean, if you're a sports, I don't want to like step over your toes.
No.
But if you're a sports fanatic and you're really confused about the NFT world, and like you go into like some of these other sites and you're like, well, how do I set up an account? You have to make like a virtual wallet and all this stuff, and you're like, oh man, it's too much work.
Too much.
DraftKings makes it
Very
simple for you because again, it's all US dollars. It all's connected to your DraftKings account. So if you're a degen where you're you're making sports bets or you're doing daily fantasy or whatever you're playing the casino, all the transfers, all the money is done right through the site.
Yeah.
They make it so simple for you where you don't have to sign up for this virtual wallet or connect it to Ethereum or pay these gas fees or all this other stuff. You go, you drop, you get it, you buy it, and it's yours. And then you do what you want with it.
And I always say this. We're not sponsored by DraftKings. I always say this when we're talking about these different things. Listen, DraftKings, you want to hook us up? We say this all the time. Awesome, hook us up. But at the moment, we are not sponsored by DraftKings, and we're just telling you these things that we're exploring. So if you're definitely a noob in the NFT world, I would say DraftKings is like legit a great place to start because it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to get the money in, pretty much easy to get the money out, and it's got a lot of cool bonuses. And here's the thing I feel like with DraftKings, it's not going anywhere. It's every state is opening up new markets. So
Bigger.
I think this is going to be a huge platform. I think I don't know how long if it's going to be a fad, how long it will last, but I think they're going to be pumping these out every single week.
Yep. And right now, like I said, it's good to get in at the floor if you're really interested in it because it's exclusive right now to US and Canada.
Yeah.
Just imagine where we're at a couple years down the road when this thing, if it ever does open up to other countries and you've already built a portfolio of 5, 6, 7 different genres of NFTs,
And you have the first
then,
year.
and then you're able to sell it to people from other like the premiere drop, the first one. And Brady, I mean, come on, like, dude, when Brady retires, anything that's Brady is going to be worth gold, because the guy will definitely go down in history as the greatest of all time. Like, I'm a diehard Marino fan. Like, I have my feelings about him. You know, the greatest quarterback to never win a Super Bowl, whatever. But what I'm saying is like, Brady's the unquestionable greatest of all time.
So we
Never thought I'd hear Brian saying this.
I mean, come on.
It's true though. I
He's
mean,
no longer in the AFC East. I can say it.
So and we got the first one. We still holding on to. It was a $12 buy, and that one's been going in value up every week. It's like 30x its value right now.
Yeah.
We're just sitting on it. We're just sitting on
ride.
it because let it ride. Like worst case scenario, we lose $12. Like if it bombs, but it's a
It cost you $12.
$12.
$12 one.
And we got
Wow.
it's worth 30x right now as we're speaking.
Wow.
Yeah. So
And the
that's
thing is
awesome.
like we probably are shooting ourselves in the foot by putting this out there. Like, we don't have a lot of followers, but if we were to have a lot of followers, like
Then everyone's gonna
the
be
amount
doing
of
it.
competition is going to be like X fold. Like,
Yeah.
there's only
like wait till my
12
brother finds out about
of the
this.
premiere. Like, if you get a premiere, like, you can go in and see like what's sold. Like,
you're guaranteed. Like if you get a premiere, I would say minimum 15 grand.
easily 10x of what you're buying.
Yeah.
Is.
Wow.
Easily, you'll probably make 15 grand if you flip it right
Because
away.
there's people out there with like, you know, crazy money that
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I want this. This is gonna be valuable to me down the road.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm on Reddit looking through the crypto, threads, and then I see other people posting like this little GIF of like I saw the other day, it was like a GIF of like a pink donut that sold for like $4 million.
Listen,
NFT.
It's wild.
I'm like,
It's
what is
wild.
going on?
It's wild.
So every month, me and Brian are gonna do our research and try to get out to you guys like what we're getting into, what works. We'll be honest with you. We'll tell you what works. If we hit a bad month and we bomb, we'll tell you like this was not working. Do not go to this realm. But right now, the DraftKings stuff is working. It's hot. I would say if you're listening to this, probably worth jumping into this market and testing it
Yeah,
out.
it can't. I mean, it can't hurt. You make a small investment. You know, $12, $25, $50, whatever, and then you see if you can flip it for a couple $100, and then you use that to put a bet on. I don't know.
The Giants to win it all and
Yeah,
then blow it all.
seriously. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Get to the money
you
wheel.
degen it up. Like,
The money wheel.
If you really want to light it on fire.
So anyway, thanks guys for listening. Make sure that you subscribe. Please help us out. We're growing every month. We're putting a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort. We're trying to grow this channel. Please subscribe to all our nerd enthusiasts. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, comment down below on the YouTube video. If you're on the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Please hit the subscribe button on there as well. And make sure you check out our Patreon where we put exclusive content out, not out for the public, and it helps. The money that we get from the Patreon helps grow our channel.
check out our blog too. Like, we got some great articles out there. We got some great writers with some
we got a lot.
Riverside education, but
We're getting better.
we're getting better.
We are
It's-
getting better.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
So nerdenthusiast.com. Yeah, so please check us out. And thanks, guys. We will see you on the next one. See you.